What's up guys, it's Eric from Sonic. Today I'm here at Vorsteiner and we have the pleasure of working on this brand new Land Cruiser. It has a full entire Artisan Spirits kit, and I believe this is the first Artisan Spirit equipped Land Cruiser in the USA at the moment, and we're going to be installing our Encore Alpha 3 Series amplifier. The difference between our 3 Series and a 2 Series, a 3 Series has 5 more watts per channel. It also has subwoofer output, so that if you want to add a subwoofer to your vehicle, you can easily do so with this RCA. And just like any other Encore products, it's all plug and play. So let's stop talking, let's go inside the car and get this installed. All right guys, now that we're in the car, let's get this started. What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be removing a lot of these interior panels here. Pretty simple. Mostly it's all just clips. And we're gonna remove this piece here. And after we remove this, let's go ahead and remove the 10mm bolts that's behind here after we pop this off, and the screen will come out. So I'm gonna start off by removing the shift knob grip here and just pull down. And if you look down here, there's gonna be this clip here, right? Just move it along to the side and then you can just pull it up like so. Let's put this to the side. Next, let's remove this panel here. You can use a panel removal tool, put it under there and pry it out. Okay, there it is. Okay, got it out. And once you have that loose, just pull it out towards you. Just note that these clips are facing forward, so you gotta pull out this way. Next, we're gonna remove this piece here. Okay, you can use a panel removal tool, or we just use our finger and just pull it up. It's all being held by clips. Just carefully bring this back up. There's these connectors here. You can remove them if you want. If there's no one sitting on the passenger seat, just leave it alone. But if you do remove it, just press down on the release tab and just pull out. Press down the release tab. So just a note, whenever you're pulling on these connectors, never pull on the wire, always pull on the connector. Okay, you don't want to strain out the wires. All right, next let's remove this. All right, just carefully pull it out like so. Okay, this one, we could just leave it along the side right there. Next step, let's remove this piece here that's holding the power button, and then let's pull it out. All right. Okay, just gonna stick my finger back here. And there it is, just all being held by clips. And once we have that out, there's a 10mm bolt up here that we're gonna remove up there. Make sure you don't lose this little bolt here. All right, so once we got that out, this is ready to come off. Okay, so you can pull it from here, this side, like so. And you can also pull it from here. And once you get it to a certain point, you'll notice that there's something holding it in place. This is plastic piece, okay? So what you can do is you can grab a tool and push it all the way up. So grab one of these with one of it, like something that's like U-shaped like this. It's usually included in the panel removal tool, and we're gonna go back here and push this plastic piece all the way up. Right, there it is. So let me give you another explanation with this. Okay, before I do that, let me remove these connectors here so I could show you how this looks. So I'm gonna carefully remove these connectors. One on the top, one on the bottom here. Okay, and there's a little clip here. All right. Okay, so a few things happened when I was removing this. First, this piece here. This is lodged in here, so it won't come out when you're trying to pull it out. So you need to grab this tool, and we're gonna go down there and push this all the way up to the top. So that's basically what happens, like this, and everything is pushed up. And on the driver's side here, there's these two connectors that I removed. And after you remove that, there's this clip right here that is being held onto this piece. Okay, and how to remove this clip, there's a little tab here that you push to release it, and you can pull it out very easily. All right, we are almost there. So next, let's remove this panel up here. You can remove it by using a panel removal tool. Just all being held by clips. All right, there it is. Okay, so once we have this out, let's remove these 4 10mm bolts. All right, so once those are out, it's ready to come out. So basically to remove this, just give it a really firm hold from back here, and while you're pushing it out with your finger, you're gonna use your left hand and then pull it out on the bottom. And you'll get it out like this. Okay, and this is how it looks. Let's lay a thick towel. Don't have a thick towel with me right now, so I'm gonna lay it with the sweater that I have. All right, so we're gonna be fitting the amplifier up here, but to fit it up there, we first need to remove this speaker, and we're also going to move this connector location. So let me show you how to do that. Let's first remove the top speaker. So this is a non-JBL model, but it also has this top speaker. So it's very, very interesting. There's a trim without JBL and without this top speaker. And there's the one with JBL, and of course JBL one has its top speaker. This top speaker design does look different between the JBL and the non-JBL. So very interesting. So I got this out. Let's disconnect this connector. Okay, let's press on this release tab. Let's pull out. All right, so there's this tab here. We're gonna remove this. We're gonna push it through. Could just push on the tab like so. And we're going to relocate this right here to this side. Just like that, to the side. That gives us enough room. All right, now let me grab my amplifier. All right, so we have our ENA 3 series amplifier here. We already insulated this, add some foam tape on it just so it's ready to be attached here. You can also use a double-sided tape that comes with the kit as well. So just based on your preference. And we are going to mount this in here, right behind. There's plenty of space without that connector there in place. And I'm just gonna place it like right here, and it's not going anywhere. All right, now let's get these connectors connected. Okay, before we do that, let me just remove this amplifier back out. All right, so these 2 connectors are the connectors that we're gonna be focusing on over here. The connectors that we're installing, the harness that we're installing today is the older model before the change. So this one could possibly fit in 2 different areas. Make sure you get the right one. So it's the one all the way to the passenger side. And then we're gonna connect to the black connector next to it. So to get to it, let's remove these 1-pin connectors right above it. Once again, press on the release tab and then push out, okay? And then once again here, push down on the release tab and then pull out. This black one needs a little bit of wiggling. And then grab the matching connectors from our kit. All right, black one there. I'm gonna install the other side to the radio. And we also have these connectors here like this. And then the other side to the radio. And let's reconnect these factory connectors before we forget to connect them. All right, and we also have this ground cable wire on the side. This is something you won't have to worry about if you have the newer harness. And let's connect them to the side of the radio here. This is an 8mm Phillips screw. So we'll use our little socket and we'll ground it to the side of the radio. You don't have to remove it all the way. Just loosen it just enough you could fit this ground terminal. All right, there we go. So the connection side of the radio is complete. And let's connect the amp. Okay, this is connected. The gain front and rear, we're just gonna keep it at 50%. This is a very safe setting. It's just gonna sound really good. If you wanna fine tune it, you can turn on the radio and just turn it up to your maximum listening volume and then twist it to make sure that there's no distortion of any of that. But we just like to keep it at 50%. Then you can enjoy the music as loud as you can and as quiet as you can. It'll always sound good. But if you, once again, want to adjust it, you definitely can. And these two are the RCA outputs. So if you want to add additional subwoofer, this is where you're going to connect to. And it also has the remote blue wire that you can connect to as well. So everything is included. And for this car, go ahead and keep the AutoSense to ACC speaker. This one only is applicable if you have cars that doesn't have accessory wire behind your radio, but this car does, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's mount it to our defined location. Okay, it's got it here. It has some extra wiring. We'll tuck it over here to the left side. And just FYI, the new harness is going to be shorter so that you'll have less extra wires to deal with. So when you're putting your radio back in, make sure to not lose this top speaker connector if you have a top speaker, or else it could get buried with the other wirings. Here we go. Let's get this back in. All right, terrific. And the factory and our amp is not going anywhere. All right, let's get our speaker. All right, looks good. Before I put everything back, let's test to make sure the audio is coming out. So when you're doing that, make sure everything is connected, or we're gonna throw some error lights. So let's reconnect all these connectors. And if you do end up getting some error lights on your dash, turning your car on and off 5 times will clear it out. Just let it sit here for now. So all I'm looking for is to make sure you have audio. And if you went the extra step to tune your audio, you'll want to do it now. Of course, with the amplifier out. Beeping is a good sign that everything is working. But let me just further check. There's white noise. Yep, there it is. All right, cool. Everything's working as it should. All right, sweet. Let me turn this off. All right, now let me continue on and put the car back together, and that'll conclude the installation. All right, so to put this centerpiece back in, you don't have to pull on these connectors a bit because you want to tuck it under this. And to do that correctly, we do have to remove these side panels here. So let me do that. Here's your panel removal tool. This side will come off the same way the other side did. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna pull this down. Okay, there it is. All right, so this is all we need to do. Pull this out a little bit. That should give enough clearance. All right, cool. Okay, now let's put the centerpiece back in. Make sure to put all that, the clip back into place as well. Terrific. And then let's screw that side, 10mm bolt. Okay, let's pop this back in. when you're popping this panel back in, just make sure all your panels are lining up. Next, let's pop this one back in. And this shifter panel. Gotta get this back in here as well. Put this in and then try. Oh yeah, that'll go in better. So go ahead and remove this, pop it in here, and then push it in. I think they'll go in much better. There we go. Okay, our last piece. Terrific. And we got our shift knob. Click it in and pop it up. All right, there we go. Now let's fire it up and let's notice the difference in sound. All right guys, so if you guys see a parking, okay, here it is, the parking brake malfunction error. So if you see that, then how you get it cleared is go here. So you can go ahead and just release it. If you can't, just go ahead and turn your car off. All right, and then turn it back on. It's working now. You just need to turn your car on and off after pushing it, and then it'll clear. So very easy. But if you have any other errors on there, just turn your engine on and off 5 times and it'll clear it as well. As long as you don't turn your car on with things disconnected, the only error that you should be dealing with is the parking brake error, so which can be cleared very easily. All right, so moving along, so let's connect my phone and let's listen to the new sounding system here. Yeah, close the door. So this car doesn't have JBL, but it sounds really nice. Super clean, the bass hits, and it sounds pretty amazing. Very, very clean. Super clean. All right, so let me go see what the owner thinks. All right, Daniel, thank you so much for letting us install one of our amps in one of your cars again. Very excited for your SEMA build. This Land Cruiser looks really beautiful. And this Land Cruiser here, it's not the JBL, but it has a larger screen, and it also has a speaker up there on top, which was pretty surprising. Yeah. And with our amp, I mean, it sounds very, very good. Yeah. So I want to just see what you think about it. So let's turn on some music and see.
Let's try it.
There's a cloud hanging over you.
I feel like sometimes when we compensate for volume to get more bass out of the system,
start hearing more distortion.
Exactly.
Yeah. It just becomes loud noise.
Yeah. That's the best way to say it. It's just noise. Here you get the bass, but yet the vocals are still very clear.
I mean, even from me just listening to a lot of different systems, I'm pretty surprised at how much difference it made on this car, because it is lower trim mod. It doesn't have the JBL. Yeah. But we have the amp here, and it's my first time hearing it. If you told me it had JBL, I'll probably believe you.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yes.
Like, right without the premium package, now I got the premium auto, so that's nice. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Letting us install in your car. Hope you enjoy the music and the audio. I
definitely will.
Awesome. Terrific. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Look, I don't take no losses, simple.